Hey guys, so I actually am here to talk about the Madden 21 beta. I was gifted the beta code from a friend that was in my Twitch community, and yes, I am in Twitch for those of you who don't already know. I'm probably going to leave the link in the description, probably, and if you feel like following me there for more consistent gameplay and whatnot, go ahead and do that. Support me that way. If you want to spread the word to your other friends, if you like what you see and think they will, go ahead and do that as well. But the main point of the video is the 21 beta. Now, I played a couple games with the beta, and I actually think I have a pretty good grasp of how I want to phrase everything. Now, let's start off first with the... how do I phrase this? The physicalness of players actually are a factor now. So, for example, if you were to run at, say, Jadeveon Clowney with Tariq Cohen, and if you were to hit stick him, well, Jadeveon Clowney would actually hit stick him into oblivion and take him to the ground because of the size differential. Now, obviously, ratings will still have some form of impact on that, probably. So if Cohen's like trucking or elusiveness or whatever is high enough, he might be able to get away from it. But it won't be like in this year's game where you have someone who's 2 times bigger than a running back hit sticking and they kind of just shove them away. That's not realistic. I think that alone makes Madden 21 a lot better than Madden 20 because physical attributes of the players actually do matter. You know, height, weight, stature, all that stuff. But along from that, we're going to talk about offense and then defense. Offensively, they did make a few changes. Ball carrying moves. Now, when you push up on the analog stick, it's not trucking, it's hurdling. In a way, I understand why they did that because, up should be hurdle. It makes a little bit of sense. What I don't get though is when you have trucking when you have trucking be triangle, because now you got to get used to going to triangle if you just want to truck somebody. I guarantee you the first week or so the game's out, unless that changes, people are going to think they're going to truck, they're going to hurdle, and have a couple fumbles just because of that. Do I think it's a bad move? Not at all. I actually think it's a good idea. It changes up how ball carriers, people who carry the ball excessively have to, now they have to put a little more effort into trucking if they're that type of player, instead of just flicking up on the analog stick and winning trucking battles and whatnot. What else is there offensively? I don't think there's a lot different about the offense other than that, but I do like that running backs do play differently based on height, weight, and attributes and whatnot, instead of just ratings being the main factor. Defensively, they have a lot of bugs to fix, I think. Like zone coverage for the most part. You do have to set it up a lot better, but if you try to user anything other than like the D line right now, it's clunky. To say the least, it's a bit clunky. It's not great. They need to fix that before the game comes out. But other than that, the computers actually, for the most part, do recognize plays and try to stop them. I don't know if they fixed the middle linebackers, because I know in Madden 20 they made most middle linebackers that are highly rated or X Factors or superstars retarded and not able to swat or intercept a pass if it's anywhere near them. I hope that gets fixed, or if it's not already fixed now. I didn't user a lot of middle linebackers and stuff, so right now I couldn't tell you if they're better or not. But from what I know, using the back portion of the defense, not the front four, isn't the best thing to do right now. Hopefully they fix that, because right now you're using middle or linebacker wise in Madden 20 is actually really good. You need to make them smarter was the only thing you really need to do there. Same thing with secondary. If you user them, you're going to get burned 9 times out of 10. Animation wise, visually. Visually, it does look a smidge better. It's not a lot better, just a smidge better, but it's good enough to where you can tell there's a difference in terms of what you're seeing. And from what I noticed, their animations are still a factor in it, but they're not as big a factor anymore. They didn't make sides and all that, make a difference now, which I do believe that's a good thing for them to do. Now, I'm making this video short. I'm kind of rushing through my points here because, honestly, a lot of people have the same points as me, so it's not anything you haven't already heard. Now, what I think they need to do before it releases, fix the franchise mode. It's pretty sad when, Madden 2006 to, 10 had a better franchise mode than we have right now. Also, better career mode. If they have a career mode this time, which I believe they have, a road to the Hall of Fame or something like that. I heard that the career mode's a lot better this year, and I hope so, because that's something I do think needs to improve. And even if it did improve, once we play it, we'll be able to know if it's improved enough to where it doesn't need to be compared to Madden 07, 08, 09, whatever up to whatever year they stop doing it. What else do I think the game needs? They already have MUT. But they should have they should have a branching MUT. They should have a MUT mode, obviously, but they should have it separated in two different types of MUT. MUT for casuals and MUT for elite players. And the same thing with weekend leagues. Because, if you're a rookie just getting into the game, you don't want to go into demons every weekend league or, play demons every head-to-head game or anything like that. You want to play people on your level. So matchmaking needs to be fixed, or they need to branch it off into two separate, menus, basically. Will that add coding? Yes. Will it fix a major problem? Definitely. Do they have to do it to make the game a lot better? Not really, but the matchmaking would definitely make things a lot easier for most players. Because, if I'm jumping in with a 82 overall team, and I'm playing 99s consistently, even if I'm great at the game, the ratings catch up with you pretty quick. They also should, because they have the salary cap mode in MUT, which is pretty cool. What they should do is have a mode in the game that's similar to MUT where you do the cards or whatever, but you have to start low, and just as you win games, you earn packs to upgrade your team, and there's no coins involved. That would be a pretty cool thing, but once again, that's not something that needs to be done, but it would be definitely a cool addition to it. Superstar KO, keep that in the game. I think they just need to add more customization too. Bring back create a team. People love that. I mean, you have relocation, but there's not really much, customization to that, and people love to customize, right? Do a create a player offline, off of franchise mode. That way you can, I was trying to do a all streamers team. It would be a lot easier if I just create all the players, put them into free agency, start a franchise, cut every single person that was a starter off whatever team I picked, and add the streamers in, and then boom, done. I think it being based on ratings is fine, but at the same time, it does need to be balanced out a little bit. Because, sometimes you can have players come out of nowhere in a game, but in this, unless it's your top two receivers and maybe your slot guy, everyone else below them doesn't really have big games unless you, watch a sim. But if you as a player tries it, then you don't get shit done. One more thing, I think players need to play the way they do in real life. Or at least closer to it. For example, someone like Patrick Mahomes, you should have the ability to switch hands and throw it with your left instead of your right. That would just be a nice little feature to add. People like Carson Wentz. If they're getting sacked or tackled, you should be able to have a button to click to where they can quickly bail it out or toss it to a running back or something like he's done once or twice, It doesn't have to be something that's only been done once, but he's proven he can get rid of the ball even when he's getting sacked if he has an outlet to do it. They already have the custom playbooks, obviously. I think they should have obviously they have a franchise mode and they have the career mode, but I think they should make a dynasty mode. Franchise mode would be your normal teams, and I think if you do a dynasty mode, that's where create a team should be introduced. Is it something that needs to happen again? No, it's not. would it help the game immensely and help people stay focused and wanting to play it? Yes. Major thing with Madden 21, start to finish of the game cycle, more content, constant content, because people got bored of Madden 21. We're only getting power-up releases and stuff like that the last couple weeks. We actually got the last one, I think today or tomorrow is the last one. And so now people are going to play it for basically nothing now. There's no content, you're not adding new modes, you're not adding new cards, so what would be the point anymore? Right now, the only point is it's the only Madden game that anyone will play because it's the newest one. So with that being said, my total rating for Madden 21, it's definitely better than Madden 20. I think it's an 8.5 out of 10 right now. A lot of the issues I brought up is something they might actually already be fixing. And a lot of things I brought up is just added things that would make the game more fun. But overall, I do think it's going to be a lot more fun to play, even without adding any extra features, because they fixed some of the key problems with the gameplay. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.